Forget about just growing a few things for your dinner table. Seriously, what if your garden could actually start paying your bills? Well, get ready, because we are about to unlock the hidden fortune right in your backyard with 7 plants that can generate some serious cash. Okay, let's dive in.
You see, this is the big secret right here. While most of us were out there growing tomatoes and cucumbers, there's this small group of growers who are quietly tapping into a total green gold rush. And these aren't some rare, impossible-to-grow plants. Nope. They just happen to sell for an absolute fortune because huge industries are desperate to get their hands on them.
So think about it like this. On the left, you've got the typical backyard garden. It's great for salads, sure, but at the end of the day, it's a hobby expense. But on the right, that's a garden that's built for cash flow. It's all about swapping out those low-value staples for these high-demand powerhouses, and that is the mindset shift we're jumping into right now.
All right, time to unlock this green gold rush. First up, we've got the miracle moneymakers. And let me tell you, these plants are tapping into billion-dollar markets as we speak.
Okay, first on the list is, well, it's arguably the most powerful and profitable plant on this entire list, moringa. People call it the miracle tree for a reason, and if you're not growing this, you are leaving serious money on the table.
Now, you might be asking, why is it so valuable? Well, just look at these numbers. Gram for gram, it absolutely demolishes common foods when it comes to nutrients. This incredible density is exactly why the health and wellness market is willing to pay top dollar. And that demand, it translates to a massive price tag. We are talking $50 a pound for dried powder. Plus, and this is the best part, it's not just one product. You can sell the leaves, the seeds, the pods, the oil. It's one tree with multiple streams of income.
All right, next up, we have what might just be the most underrated cash crop on the entire planet, duckweed. And yeah, you heard me right. I am talking about that tiny green stuff you see floating on ponds. It's an absolute protein powerhouse. And here's the crazy part. Duckweed can be up to 45% protein by dry weight. To put that in perspective, that's higher than soybeans. With the global demand for plant-based protein absolutely exploding right now, this tiny little plant is a giant solution. And the demand is coming from everywhere. It's feeding that booming plant-based protein industry, the massive aquaculture market for fish farms, and even the specialty pet food world. You're looking at an incredibly fast-growing, sustainable protein source with tons of different buyers.
Okay, plant number 3. Now, for anyone who's been paying attention to the global wellness industry, you've probably heard of ashwagandha. The market for adaptogens, those are herbs that help your body manage stress, is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And ashwagandha is one of its biggest stars.
And that stardom? It commands a premium price, up to $30 a pound. The key thing to remember here is that you're not harvesting the leaves, you're harvesting the root. So just think of it like a high-value medicinal root vegetable that is in massive, massive demand. Okay, let's just pause here for a second because this is the absolute key. Are you starting to see the pattern? With moringa, you're selling nutrition. With duckweed, you're selling sustainable protein. And with ashwagandha, you're selling stress relief. You're not just selling plants, you're selling solutions to huge billion-dollar problems. And that idea leads us perfectly into our next section. We're going to keep on tapping this wellness wave with more herbs that are designed to heal and, you guessed it, built to sell. So, if ashwagandha is the adaptogen king, then Tulsi, also known as holy basil, is without a doubt the adaptogen queen. This incredible plant is seeing a massive surge in Western markets for things like teas, tinctures, and supplements. It can bring in a really solid price of up to $20 a pound for dried leaves. And its versatility is a huge, huge advantage. I mean, you can sell it fresh to local markets, you can sell it dried online, or you can even create your own value-added tea blends for much higher margins. Okay, let's move on to a plant that is powering one of the biggest dietary shifts of our time, stevia. This is the natural sweetener that the keto community, the diabetic community, and just health-conscious people everywhere are driving straight into the mainstream. And get this, some varieties are up to 300 times sweeter than sugar. 300! That's exactly why the food and beverage industry is trying to pivot away from all those artificial sweeteners, which is creating consistent, large-scale demand for this amazing plant. Now, for a bit of an exotic secret that is just perfect for our digital age, Gotu Kola is making serious waves in the booming nootropic and cognitive health markets as a brain booster. People are literally paying for better focus and clarity. And that focus comes with a premium price tag, up to $40 a pound. And what's fantastic for small growers is that it's a shade-tolerant herb. so you can use all those tricky, shady spots in your garden where other sun-loving crops would just fail.
Now, this next one might actually surprise you because it seems so common, but lemon balm is a surprisingly profitable workhorse. And get this, it's also one of the most resilient and productive herbs you could possibly grow. It's so easy.
And this is exactly why it pays so well. Just look at these markets. It feeds directly into the massive sleep industry, the stress relief market, herbal teas, aromatherapy. It is a simple, powerful cash crop that serves multiple billion-dollar trends at once. You can get about $15 a pound for the dried leaves, which, for how easy this stuff is to grow, is fantastic. But the real money, the big money, is in its essential oil, which is significantly more valuable. So there you have it. 7 incredible plants that could transform your garden from a fun little hobby into a thriving business. But believe it or not, we are just getting started. In our next explainer, we are revealing the common weed that most people just pull and throw away that actually sells for $15 a pound, and we're going to uncover the specialty spice that high-end chefs are absolutely desperate to get their hands on. You do not want to miss it.
All right, welcome back. Let's dive straight back into our treasure hunt for the most profitable plants you can possibly grow. We've already hit some serious pay dirt, but trust me, the opportunities we're about to uncover are on a whole other level. First up, we're tapping into an industry that, let's be honest, pretty much laughs at recessions. I'm talking about the pet market. No matter what the economy is doing, people spend money on their pets, period. And we're not just talking about basic food anymore. Oh no. Pet owners today are looking for premium, natural, organic products for their furry little family members. It's a massive cultural shift, and it creates this huge, consistent demand that a smart grower can plug right into. So how do you get your piece of this gigantic pie? Well, the secret is a plant that's ridiculously easy to grow and has a built-in enthusiastic customer base that quite literally cannot get enough of it. That's right, catnip. And hey, don't laugh, this is a serious cash crop hiding in plain sight. For any small grower, this is honestly one of the smartest, easiest plants you could possibly add to your lineup. And this slide right here perfectly illustrates the magic of value-added products. I mean, sure, you can sell dried catnip in bulk, and that's fine. But look at those retail numbers. A tiny 1 or 2 ounce bag can sell for almost as much as a whole pound in bulk. And when you start making high-margin stuff like tinctures, sprays, or even simple toys, your profit potential just absolutely skyrockets. And the best part? It's a perennial. You plant it once, and you harvest for years to come. Okay, now let's pivot to another exploding industry where one very, very common flower is being treated like solid gold. I'm talking about the clean beauty and natural skincare market. You've definitely seen this before. It's calendula, sometimes called pot marigold. It's in gardens everywhere, it's beautiful, it's cheerful. But to the multi-billion-dollar beauty industry, its value goes way, way beyond its good looks. Now see, this is what's so cool. This is how a cosmetic formulator sees this plant. To them, this isn't just a pretty flower. It's a shopping list of high-value ingredients. It is the key component for premium infused oils, natural skincare extracts, gourmet edible petals, even high-value herbal teas. $20 a pound. And get this, that's just for the dried petals. That is your starting price. The minute you take those petals and start making your own infused oils or extracts, the value just multiplies like crazy. Plus, this thing's a blooming machine. The more you pick, the more flowers it makes. Okay, get ready for a true sleeper crop. This is a plant with such a unique story and incredible history, and it gives you the potential to completely dominate a premium niche market that almost nobody has even heard of yet. Meet Yaupon holly. This is the only caffeinated plant that is native to North America. For thousands of years, indigenous peoples brewed it into a stimulating tea. And now, after being almost totally forgotten, the specialty tea market is finally waking up to this amazing, uniquely American product. And just look at this price. No, that is not a typo. We're talking $30 per ounce for artisanal Yaupon tea. Not per pound, per ounce. Its rarity, combined with that incredible story, creates a super high-value product. So let's just put this all together, right? You have an incredibly high-value, uniquely American product that is also just ridiculously low effort to grow. For anyone in the southeastern U.S., this native shrub needs almost zero maintenance once it's established. It is the perfect storm of profitability and ease. Next up, we're diving headfirst into the culinary world with 4 amazing herbs that give you a direct line to chefs and home cooks who are desperate to find these authentic flavors fresh and local. First up is cilantro. And no, that is not a typo for cilantro. It has a similar but much stronger, more pungent flavor that is absolutely essential in a ton of Latin American and Caribbean dishes. And while every grocery store is flooded with cheap cilantro is way harder to find. That creates a perfect gap in the market for local growers like you to fill. It means less competition and much, much better prices. With the global explosion in popularity of Japanese food, there is a massive demand for authentic ingredients like shiso. This herb is a total staple, used in everything from sushi to tempura. But here's the catch. It's super tender and loses its quality fast after it's picked. That gives local growers a huge advantage, letting them command prices of $10, even $20 per pound from restaurants that need it perfectly fresh. Now, Mexican tarragon is what I call a brilliant market solution. See, it gives you a flavor that is remarkably similar to classic French tarragon, but it thrives in hot, humid weather where French tarragon just gives up. This solves a massive problem for chefs in warmer parts of the country. And you can even sell it as a beautiful cut flower, giving you 2 income streams from just one plant. It's a true double-duty crop. For so many traditional Mexican and Central American dishes, epazote isn't just another ingredient, it's non-negotiable. It has this unique, distinctive flavor that has no substitute, especially in bean dishes. And for you, the grower, it's incredibly easy to grow. It puts up with poor soil, a little bit of neglect, and it connects you directly to a loyal, consistent customer base that literally can't get this flavor anywhere else. So there you have it, 7 more incredible opportunities, from recession-proof pet products to absolutely essential culinary herbs. But, believe it or not, we have saved the absolute best for last. Seriously, the plants we've covered today are fantastic, but the final set of heavy hitters we've got in our finale, they are truly game-changing. These are the crops that can form the entire foundation of a serious growing operation. Because, as we've been saying this whole time, knowing what to grow is really only half the battle, isn't it? The real secret is knowing how to turn those plants into a thriving, profitable business. So, in the final part of this series, we're not just going to reveal the last powerhouse plants. We're going to lay out the exact business model, from the #1 marketing strategy for growers to the hidden profits in selling seeds that can turn your garden into a genuinely profitable 6-figure operation. You absolutely do not want to miss it. All right, welcome back, everyone. You made it to the grand finale of our Profitable Plant series. And let me tell you, if you thought the plants we've covered so far were exciting, oh, you are in for a real treat. We have saved some absolute monsters for last. Let's get right into it. So we've already walked through 14 incredible plants, right? Everything from moringa to epazote. Each one is a potential gold mine, maybe literally sitting in your backyard right now. You've got a serious arsenal of options to work with. But the 5 we're about to reveal, these are on another level. They are true game changers. We're talking about the plants that top chefs are desperately hunting for, the ones that global markets can't get enough of. These 5 could totally change how you look at a patch of dirt. Okay, kicking things off at number 15, lovage. Now, this is one of those plants that you might call a chef's secret weapon. Seriously, they obsess over it. Think of it like celery on steroids. The flavor is so intense, so concentrated. It just elevates soups, stocks, and sauces to a whole new dimension. Now, the numbers are good, but here's the real magic. Look at that pro tip. Lovage is a perennial, and it produces a ton of leaves. That means one small patch in your garden can easily supply 2, maybe 3 high-end restaurants, week after week. That's stable, reoccurring income. That's how a hobby becomes a real business. Next up, number 16 is hyssop. And we're kind of staying in that same lane of specialized markets here. Hyssop isn't just another garden herb, it's what I'd call an artisan's ingredient. It has this really unique minty, floral, almost bitter flavor profile that is absolutely essential in legendary liqueurs like chartreuse. And you can see just how versatile it is right here. Sure, you can sell the dried leaves, but the essential oil, whoa, That's where the real money is. You know, the craft distillery market is absolutely exploding right now. Imagine being the go-to local supplier for a key ingredient like hyssop. That puts you in a very powerful position. All right, number 17 is a straight-up global powerhouse, fenugreek. You know, here in the West, it's kind of overlooked sometimes, but the demand for it in South Asian, North African, and Middle Eastern food is just massive. And that's not even mentioning the supplement industry, which uses it for everything. And here's the real kicker. It's speed. You've got this dual market appeal, right? You can sell the seeds to specialty grocers, the fresh leaves to restaurants, but the fast turnaround, we're talking just 3 to 4 months to harvest, means you can see a return on your investment in a single growing season. That is huge. Okay, let's talk about the spice of the moment, the one that chefs and foodies are absolutely losing their minds over. Number 18, Sichuan pepper. And get this, it's not even a real pepper. It's the husk of a berry from a type of ash tree, and it creates this totally unique, numbing, tingling sensation on your tongue. It's unforgettable. And I mean, just look at that price point. And that's just for starters. It is still incredibly rare to find it grown domestically, which means there is a massive first-mover advantage here. A few of these plants aren't just a crop, they're a long-term asset that will produce for you for decades to come. Okay, so we've covered 18 pretty incredible plants. But for our final reveal, for number 19, I just have one question for you. What if the most profitable plant of them all, the one with the absolute highest potential return for the lowest possible effort, was the one you've been ripping out of your garden and tossing in the compost heap this whole time? That's right. Number 19 is purslane, that little green weed that pops up in the cracks of your sidewalk. It's actually one of the most nutrient-dense, most sought-after culinary greens on the entire planet. This is the ultimate hidden gem, the ultimate underdog story of the plant world. I mean, just listen to this. It's insane. It has more omega-3 fatty acids than any other leafy green on Earth. It is packed with vitamins A, C, and E, and it sells for up to $15 a pound at farmers markets. And the best part? It literally thrives on neglect. You are probably already sitting on a crop that somebody would pay you good money for. Okay, knowing about these 19 plants is powerful stuff, but it's only half the equation. The real money, the kind of income that can change your life, isn't just in the growing, it's in the business model. This is the blueprint. Look, smart growers don't just sell plants, they build an empire around them. They follow 4 key paths. They go direct to chefs, they create high-margin products, they sell seeds to other growers, and they build predictable, recurring revenue streams. So let's break this down real quick. Direct sales mean premium prices. Creating value-added products, like an infused oil or a tea blend, can triple your profit margins. Selling seeds and plant starts can sometimes be even more profitable than selling the harvest itself. And subscriptions, that's a predictable paycheck. This is how you build a business that can weather any storm. But of course, with any great opportunity, there are pitfalls. There are critical mistakes that can just absolutely wipe out your profits before you even get off the ground. So let's talk about how to avoid them. Okay, pay close attention to this one. This is so important. Don't be the person who tries to grow all 19 plants. Master 3 to 5 that your local market actually wants. Don't just hang your herbs to dry. Learn how to dry them properly to preserve those valuable oils that command the high prices. And never, ever, ever plant a single seed until you know exactly who's going to buy it. All right, I know, that was a ton of information. You're probably thinking, okay, this is amazing, but where do I even begin? Well, you begin right here. This is your simple, no-fluff, 4-step action plan to get your first profitable harvest in the ground and sold. It really is this straightforward. Week 1, you do your homework, you research. Weeks 2 and 3, you get your hands dirty, you plant. Then, while everything is growing, you're not just waiting around. You're out there talking to chefs, talking to market managers, building your list of buyers. That way, on launch day, you're not looking for customers, you're delivering to them. I want to leave you with this final thought. That garden you love so much, that little patch of land you pour your heart into, it has the potential to be so much more. What you might just call a hobby, someone else right now is building an entire business from. So, you have the list of plants, you have the business blueprint, you have the step-by-step action plan. All the information you need is right here. The only thing left is a decision. Your decision. What are you going to do with it? If this series opened your eyes to a whole new world of possibilities, then you do not want to miss what we have coming up next. The single best way to make sure you catch the next big opportunity is to hit that like button and, more importantly, smash that subscribe button for the channel right now. Thanks so much for watching.